Previously on the adventures of Elvar and Taz.
Yep. Keep going.
So last time we made our way to the village of Frostcrag, where Elvar and Taz grew up. They left as young men after the orphanage that they grew up in burned down, and have not been back since. Having returned to Frostcrag, they met with an old friend, somebody that used to live in the orphanage with them, who has built an inn on the site of that burned out husk of a building. And they tried to figure out an entrance into this elven ruin that is beneath Frostcrag, but they were unable to find a way in through the village itself, so they had to make their way to the cave entrance, which was blocked off by some sort of avalanche or, some sort of barrier that had been formed by falling rocks or falling ice. Some of the villagers helped them clear a path. They made their way in, and as they were walking down the declining ground.
Decline.
Yes, the slight decline. Not an incline, but a decline. They came into this cavern where there was a passage to the left and right. There was glittering ice on the walls, and there were two cave spiders that scuttled out from behind some stalactites, and they are facing off against them. And that is where we find Elvar and Taz.
Icy cave spiders, right?
Icy, frozen frost spiders, if you will.
Frost spiders, yeah, there you go. This is the OG entrance, too.
Oh, yeah.
Mind you.
Yeah.
Like the namesake for the town. The actual Frostcrag.
The Frostcrag itself.
Sure, that's what the elves named it, too.
Of course. Welcome back for another episode of Errant Adventures, the solo actual play podcast where stories are told at the speed of dice. With me, Steve Morrison, your game master and solo player. Now come on, let's grab the dice and see where our story goes. So, my dear friend Chaz?
Sure.
Yeah. My dear friend Taz, should we enter the fray?
Yeah, yes, I suppose. You said they're dog size, so if we don't kill them now, they'll just follow us on the ceiling and it'll be creepy the whole way through.
I agree. Do we think that these are troublesome foes? Dangerous foes?
Yeah, troublesome.
Yeah. I agree. I feel like this is the entrance to the cave. We don't need to go hardcore right off the bat.
One bite, you die instantly.
Yeah, exactly. And specifically because these are common in this delve, in this site. Yeah. So we're going to come across frost spiders again. These two are, not that much of an issue for us. I think if there were, 5 or 6 of them, then we could have a different conversation. But
I mean, because of their size, it's like fighting a dog-sized wolf spider. I mean, that bite hurts, man.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and talk about entering the fray. So when you enter combat, we set the rank for the foes. We're just going to group these together as one sort of group of 2 frost spiders. And then we're going to roll to determine who's in control. Are we facing off against our foe, rolling plus heart? Are we moving into position against an unaware foe or striking without warning? I don't think that's the case.
Nope.
Or are we ambushed?
I mean, no, we're not ambushed either.
Okay. So
I think equal footing.
Facing off against our foes, so we're both going to roll plus heart.
All right.
How's your heart?
Let's say I rely on my wits and my shadowy nature.
Okay.
That's a weak hit. You have magical powers?
So
that is extraordinarily impressive. Could you let us know what you rolled there?
So I rolled an 8 on my action score.
That's amazing.
And 2 10s on the challenge dice for a miss with a complication just to start off.
That's special skill right there.
This is a little, behind the scenes thing, but I was recording a little something else yesterday, and my last roll of that game was a 6 on the D6 and 2 10s with these same dice.
If my recollection is good, I think you rolled that last time we played too. 2
Probably
10s.
did. I was really hoping that these dice would have cooled off a little bit before today, but
You're rolling the weighted dice, man. So
Yep.
just swap them out with the
swap
others.
them out with something else.
All right, well, Taz is fine. Weak hit. I got a 5 in my action die and a 6 and a 1.
Okay.
Challenge, so.
So on a weak hit, you can either take +2 momentum or take the initiative.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take the initiative. I
Seems
already
reasonable.
at 7 momentum, and whatever happens to Elvar obviously isn't good. I think Taz is going to spring to action. I'm just going to put a little ellipsis there, a little ...
Yeah.
Elvar, what's happening over there?
So I think I'm not going to roll on pay the price for this, because I think the complication here is as we walk in, we see these spiders, we are facing off against them, and both of them spit down like frozen frosty webs. And I think Elvar, being the brave hero that he is, pushes Taz out of the way.
Oh, really?
And then
is that how that works?
that's totally how it works.
He's not afraid of spiders. I thought you were gonna go there.
No. And he is completely encased in this like icy web pattern, and he's basically immobilized. And so
Taz is like, but why?
I wasn't even close to that.
We both could just move out of the way.
So he is in a bit of trouble
Yeah.
as we start this.
Taz makes mental note of this happening yet again. Man, we gotta go over reactive tactics. All right.
So you, Taz, have the initiative.
Oh, geez. So I imagine I can do some things.
Yeah, there are 2 spiders scuttling around on the ceiling. You can strike at them, or you can face danger.
I think I'll strike, right? I can use my edge for strike. I try to err on wits, but I think I'm just gonna be. I've got that cool dagger,
Yeah.
right? So I'm just gonna keep improving my skills and whip one of the dagger. Well, the special elvish dagger.
All right.
Oh, geez. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a 6. So on the special elvish dagger, that means really good things happen too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a automatic hit, which my challenge dice are 4 and 7, but with my edge, my action die is an 8, so it's already a strong hit. So I've got can you get double strong hit?
It's even stronger.
It's the strongest hit. With a dagger. And dramatic reveal. Don't know what we're going to actually dramatically reveal in this scenario, but
Well, I think we should probably roll on some oracle tables, shouldn't we?
sure. That's what that's for.
That's what it's for.
So, Taz, typically nonplussed with this buddy Elvar, like, whatever.
Elvar.
You can stay there for right now for all I care.
I'll take care of this. Okay, so first of all, when you get a strong hit on a strike, you get to inflict +1 harm.
Oh, geez.
So that's 3 harm,
Yeah.
which is going to be, because this is a troublesome foe, that's actually 9 boxes of progress.
All right.
And you keep the strong hit.
Is this like versus both spiders?
Yes.
So like I clip...
Unless you want to
No.
make them individual spiders.
No, I maybe he does like a ricochet shot. But it's like, holy mother of pearl.
Yeah.
All right. Oracle roll is a 34. Just for...
So that's uphold, do 1 more.
Oh, and 1 more will do uphold something. A 97.
Uphold wealth. Does he hit the ceiling and like
Money just
gems or something
Yeah,
like
it's like
starts
they're worn.
falling out?
Oh yeah, ice spiders. They're in the ceilings. They probably like stick things up there with like yeah.
Yeah.
He does like that 1 in a million shot where he kills one spider, grievously injures another, and like a desiccated body falls like partly out and like it spills out like a gem purse.
Well, this may not be completely in keeping with the with the rules, but we don't care about the rules.
You don't care about the rules, right?
That's
not true. We care deeply.
We
about the
do
rules.
care deeply about the rules, but fictionally speaking, the way that this seems to be set up, I feel like if you want to just go ahead and end the fight, and I'll just defer, taking my terrible action.
Yeah, I'll just leave you. Actually, it would be appropriate that Taz just leaves Elvar there.
Yeah.
That's I don't know what I had. To
Just
roll.
the challenge dice.
A 1 and a 4.
Oh, perfect. Another strong hit because our progress was 9 thanks to that marked strike from Taz. So the foe's no longer in the fight. You kill both of them, and we are able to...
But Taz just saunters up to the dagger and holds it up, admiring, real elvish dagger. Oh. Sorry. Goes over there and helps chip out Elvar slowly as he's just staring at him.
That was well done, Taz.
Yeah. Much appreciated. Yeah, it's the elvish dagger, right? You know, everything elvish. He gives him a wink.
Yes, everything elvish.
And saunters over to the little bag that fell down. Something dropped out of this. And he points out to the just nasty ass crap that's on the ceiling from up there, and picks up a bag full of goodies.
Do you want to just add that to your gear, or do you want to make it a mechanical thing and increase our supply?
Oh, I like that. Yeah, let's increase the supply.
Is it more
than... money doesn't mean anything in this world.
That's right. Is it more than 1, do you think? Or is it just increasing the supply by 1?
Let's just do 1.
All right.
I mean, they're frostbiters. If they weren't going to cause that much harm, they can't cause that much benefit.
Cause that much benefit. Perfect. So we're up to 3 supply.
Sweet.
You managed to free Elvar from his bonds, and he says, "That was a well-thrown dagger, my friend."
If it weren't for you pushing me out of the way into the right angle, I mean, who knows what could have happened?
Who knows, indeed.
Is he? Both Chad and Taz are laughing.
Sorry, Elvar knows that he's a little red-faced from the embarrassment of getting overwhelmed. But don't forget, dear listener, he did win a very dangerous duel. That was a shining moment.
That was.
Maybe the only shining moment, but it was a shining moment.
Ideally, there's plenty to come. So, 1 in a 10, 1 in 100 moments, like the really, really, really important ones.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to delve. I think Taz is just sauntering ahead. Feels pretty good about himself.
Perfect. Are we going left or right?
You always go left, right? I mean, you always go left, correct?
Correct.
That was not intentional. Oh, using his wits, that's a 6 versus a 5 and a 9.
Okay, so a weak hit. So what we need to do is roll on this little table here, mark progress, and reveal a danger.
Uh-oh. Really?
Yep.
I guess there's nothing doing if you're not facing something.
That's right.
All right, well, that's percentile die, right?
Yep.
93.
You lose your way or are delayed.
Even though I weak hit? Jeez, that sucks.
So, I think what it means is we go to the left, we make some progress through the site, but then maybe we come across it's frozen over, or a cave-in.
A cave-in, because there was a cave that this area has been hit by a massive avalanche landslide, probably over time landslides.
Yeah.
Landslide's coming down.
So then we have to go back to the entry and go to the right.
Wasted all of our time.
Yeah.
Fine. We backtrack.
Okay. So shall we delve the depths again?
Yeah, we're going to delve the other direction.
All right.
What if we're delayed there? Oh.
Then we're in trouble.
Then we got a problem. Oh, that's still a weak hit. 5 and a 9 on challenge die, but my action is an 8.
So go ahead and give me another percentile dice, because on a weak hit, we are going to roll once again on the weak hit result table.
98.
Take both. Mark progress and find an opportunity.
Jeez.
So we're not delayed. We're up to 6 progress in our sight here. This is going pretty well for us so far.
Yeah.
And roll another percentile die for the find an opportunity.
Yes. Yes, opportunities. Oh, geez. 26.
26. An aspect of the history or nature of this place is revealed.
Oh, hell,
which is perfect. And
that's helpful.
That is very helpful. And before we go any further...
Because why are we here?
Why are we here? We are here, as we remember, to gain information about elven sites and to seal off the Wood Watch.
That's like the first quest, air quotes, that we started this whole thing with.
Technically second, because the first one was to overthrow the witch, which took us 5 sessions to do that.
True.
And then this is taking us a lot longer.
This feels like it's the first one because it's taken forever.
Yes. So our current
We keep coming up with half-ass solutions. Hey, we found automatons, man. Come on.
That should be good enough, right?
Apparently not.
Apparently not.
All right. Aspect of this place.
So go to the nearby elven site, seek out elven lore to seal off the Wood Watch, and we are
Proper-like.
only sitting at... we've got 5 boxes of progress on that, so, what's...
So we're doing a progress for a different progress.
Yes. It's progress within progress.
Jeez.
Yep.
Good thing we don't have a third layer on this.
Yet.
Nice. All right. What do we reveal?
So let's go ahead and see where we are. 54 is Glistening Cave. So we go down a passageway. That passageway opens up into a glistening cave, and somewhere in here we have a revelation on what the historical nature of this site is.
Is this where we ask an oracle?
It is.
You can roll now.
Okay.
I've been rolling lots of
You've been
percentile
rolling.
dice.
Sure. So let's do aspect and focus. 85 is...
We should actually roll it separately, right?
Treacherous.
You do one and I do the other.
Go for it. You can do the focus.
That is an 85. Treacherous something.
You got an 85 as well?
85. Do you roll an 85?
I rolled an 85.
I completely ignored what you rolled.
Treacherous Denizen.
Jeez. Okay. And that helps. That's a discovery, so it's got to be something pertinent.
Yes.
And
so a
related.
treacherous denizen. This is an elven site. It's frozen. It's a treacherous denizen, but it's an opportunity for us. So I don't think this denizen is alive. Is it a preserved elf?
Well, I was thinking like an ice. Oh yeah, you said it's elvish and it's cold. I'm like ice elves. That feels awfully, I don't know, undead-ish. So our minds are in the same spot.
Yeah.
I was thinking that it's still, well, alive. Not the right word. Undead.
Well, it could be
Because we're talking about sealing off a
mausoleum.
How helpful do we want to be to ourselves? You're undead. Convenient.
What are your secrets? So, okay, I mean, if
We don't have a solution yet. Go back to the elf. But we have maybe a long-term operator kind of...
we can just bring everybody back. They'll just be undead.
Well, what do you feel about undeath? How is that treacherous, though? What's treacherous about it?
So what I'm thinking is, and this is maybe where the undead aspect of it works, is it's treacherous because they did something to, like, maybe this wasn't always frozen.
Maybe.
And they invited in the cold.
Yeah, so come with me on this little thought process.
I'm with you.
The reason why they left a guardian behind at Woodwatch and elsewhere is that there's something about these elves, about this past, and about where they're buried, that A, invokes magic or, power, and it has to be guarded. It sounds like that the elves themselves did not have a perfect solution. And we don't know yet, right? Mm-hmm. We're tip of the iceberg kind of stuff, so we're not exactly sure why there's a guardian at this Woodwatch, place, and for sealing it off, he doesn't know, right? Maybe we are at that point right now where we find out why the elves felt necessary that these places needed to be guarded, and or why this needs to be we've got to find a solution, and maybe the solutions aren't all that amazing.
Yeah.
That there are terrible consequences if it's not done properly, and maybe at some inflection point they didn't have enough time to, seal off Woodwatch properly, and there's got to be lessons learned on why they understand this.
Okay, so this is some sort of undead elf, maybe the former guardian of this site.
Yeah, the thing is this place has been here for a long time. It's kind of odd that no one would have discovered this by this point.
Yeah. Nobody got past the frost spiders.
Yeah, there's like 8,000 bodies on that ceiling. I just didn't know. So yeah.
Or is this undead elf like in repose when we enter?
Well, there's a little bit of lead up to this. Maybe we have elvish weapons on us. Mm-hmm. You, I think we've discovered, have elvish blood in you,
yes.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Which is extraordinarily rare.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe there is a, long story short, thing. We could either reenact it or not, but maybe something happens. Like you get a funny feeling. You find a little crevice, on the wall. We do some delving. We spend 3 hours. We're, repelling in places. We find my dagger glows. All that stuff happens. We just skipped all of those amazing adventure moments.
That's right.
You don't want to hear about that stuff.
No. That's the boring stuff where Elvar is efficient and effective. We just want to skip to the part where I roll poorly.
Yeah, and we get to. But I like that idea. Yeah, we got to get to a point where we're discovering secrets and we revealed something. So yeah.
Okay, so with it. So it's a glittering cavern, and we find a crevice, and there's no other obvious exit from this place, or maybe there is and it's blocked off.
Keep finding dead elves.
And then we find this. That almost speaks to maybe how horrible things were. Whatever cataclysm might have happened to their civilization.
Was the last one a ghost? Sorry.
There's definitely ghosts. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. This is not our first dead elf we came across.
Yeah.
All right. Good.
So there's a crevice, a crack in the earth that we are able to climb down. And we make our way down through whatever adventures we do, and we then come into another cavern somewhere deeper. Is this dead elf just laid out in state, or we've had a whole thing with them being in roots?
No, this one's preserved. I like the ice. It's encased partly in ice.
Okay.
Frozen. Taz has the smart ass thought why are you so keen on being elvish exactly? They're all dead. You didn't realize the end state that your, he does the air quotes, people have came to.
I hope they're not all dead.
Well, the guy back at Woodwatch, but he was in stasis, wasn't he? This is me jumping out of character.
Yeah.
I've got to remember all these preserved or dead elves. The only elf I know is, I was going to say Tool. He's not a tool. Sometimes hapless, half-elf friend of mine. All right.
Oh.
He was very, very useful defeating the evil mayor. Yeah, I like that, and I think we come across it. Taz probably is a smartass about it at first.
Oh yeah, and I think Elvar is probably very sort of solemn, and he takes his possible elven heritage seriously, maybe more seriously than he should, especially in Taz's estimation.
Yeah, but Taz is trying to learn the language, and Elvar does not seem even remotely interested.
I think he's trying secretly, but he's not all that strong on that.
He's the muscle. He's the brawn.
Yeah,
and he's not a moron.
He's got decent wits. Just
I'd like to think that there's a reason why this cave is glittering, and maybe the reason why we discovered this is maybe because of our weapons. We have the OG Tolkien-esque glowing, slightly glowing weapons now. There's a slight kind of feel to this room, a static thrum.
I like it.
Which we've come across before.
Yeah. So do we feel like we need to roll on another oracle to see what sort of information we glean from here? Because we have this half encased, frozen, dead, undead
in repose.
Elf.
Yeah.
So let's roll.
And it was treacherous. So let's keep that in mind.
Yep. So let's.
Is it the room? Is it the elf? Is it both? Is it neither?
Yeah. Right, so I'm gonna roll action. You roll theme.
All right.
I got 52, which is serve.
81.
And 81 fellowship. So serve fellowship. So we're in this cavern with this elf that is maybe dead, maybe undead, in repose, frozen in ice, treacherous, and our prompt for this room is serve fellowship. Is this a hall? Are we out of the caverns and we're actually now in a shaped elven hall inside this mountain?
It could be. Yeah, maybe.
I kind of am envisioning, the more we talk about this, we've gone underground a lot for our elves, and I'm kind of envisioning this sort of amalgamation of elf and dwarf of
they're very stone oriented, aren't they?
Yeah, and so these elves are focused. They're stone elves. They're the deep elves.
Deep elves. Yeah.
And so they have these halls of stone buried underneath the areas, the grounds of the Ironlands, and we've stumbled into a hall that I think is different than the one that we were in Kodrath's ruin.
Yeah, this is I would like to. It's glittering cavern, so this may be an alcove that has been shaped out of the actual stone of the mountain, right? For a reason specifically here. That's why it has that kind of feel to it. Why?
Yeah.
It has glyphs, enchantments, whatever. There's something obviously we don't understand about this area. But you said it was closed off. Maybe it isn't closed off. Maybe it actually opens up to a former residence of Elvish nature.
Yeah.
Beyond.
Yeah. Okay. Well, with that in mind,
why would you have a dead body in your hall?
That's a good question.
Well, we're assuming he's dead. I mean, typically you are when you're frozen for this long, right?
Typically.
In our universe. As we understand life.
In the real world. So we are going through a corrupted is our theme, and frozen cavern is our domain. I think we might need to change our domain.
Yeah, no longer frozen.
Have we moved into a ruin? Are we in a barrow? Is this an underkeep? An age-old subterranean dungeon.
Yep. Inexplicably ancient, older perhaps than even the firstborn.
Ooh. Oh. I like this.
I like it too.
Okay, so I'm going to change the domain to underkeep. So is it still corrupted?
Yeah. Well, what I was thinking earlier, I think there's a reason why the elves are very cagey and have a weird burial process. Impressive that you screwed with yourself so much with magic so that when you die, you gotta let the magic kind of bleed off, like a supercharged battery kind of thing. So that's why you gotta hang out. You gotta make sure nobody screws with all these.
Because they're all bombs.
Yeah, they're exactly.
Yeah, they're biological, magical bombs.
This is Chad speaking. Taz is unaware of this.
Right. I rolled on the corrupted theme, and I got strange environmental disturbances. So we're in this like glittering alcove, and I feel like it's cold, and maybe the frost, the our breath when we breathe out, you can see the frost in the air, and then it takes shape and sort of floats off and maybe circles around this body that's half encased in ice before filtering through the ice and into this elf. And I think Elvar turns to Taz and says, I know we've only delved a few of these ruins, but that doesn't seem normal, right?
No. You remember the room at Woodwatch that you were in that kind of made you weak?
Yes, that drew on my heritage, and it did not affect you in the same way.
No. This is interesting that that actually did happen. So yeah, maybe Taz is going to blow out his breath. Does anything happen to that? How likely is that?
That's a good question. 50-50?
Let's go 50-50.
All right. High or low?
Doesn't matter.
So 50.
What do the rules say, Steve?
50. So 51 or greater will be a yes. Your breath gets sucked in as well. How about that?
Sounds good.
46?
No.
No. So your breath exhales, it frosts, and then it just dissipates.
Yeah, he's like, go stay in the corner for a second. Just as he starts to walk around. And maybe there is a, I was thinking as you were saying that, I think that's a great touch. But additionally, there may be a slight, almost topographic or hallucinogenic kind of feel to the area. Kind of like a mystery spot, where, maybe things look the way they are, but then as you walk through it, it's almost like it's, I don't know, cloaked or something kind of, it just feels weird balance-wise. At least to Taz. He kind of this is an alcove, right? We're imagining that this actually opens into something proper, and he's got a torch, and it's dark, and it's luminous, or not luminous, it's voluminous? Voluminous, that's the word I'm looking for. And then kind of exploring the proper structure behind this little alcove, which is glistening. So it's giving off its own light, and there's this purple kind of weird hue, and then marching forward with the orange light of the torch. Casting these weird shadows, kind of just looking beyond, making sure that Elvar's not approaching anything.
Yeah.
It's kind of searching out for right now.
Do we feel like this is continuing to delve the depths? Do we need to do more in this room before we
do,
move on?
But I feel like Taz wants to delve on his own for just not he's not going to go out of sight, but I feel like there's another step he wants to confirm
Are you trying to gather information?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay, so let's do that. Let's just do gather information.
Okay.
So you're searching an area. This is going to be plus wits. I am not going to assist you in any way.
No.
I'm going to stand in the corner with my spear.
Sure. Ooh, jeez. Challenge dice is 10 and 8, but I rolled a 6 plus wits gives me a 9.
Okay.
It is an inscrutable area, but
it's you got this. All right. So weak hit. Information complicates your quest or introduces a new danger. You get +1 momentum.
Jeez, I'm at 9 now.
Hey, that's good. I don't know what I'm at. It's probably nothing. Okay, so let's talk about what you discover here.
Do I discover?
I'm gonna do action and theme again.
Yeah.
I'll do action. You do theme.
Perfect.
54. Move.
98. Jeez.
Home. Move home.
Okay, I think we can work with that. Move home.
Yeah, and this is information that complicates our quest or introduces a new danger.
I'm going to interpret it this way. He moves a little further in, and it is a hallway, and it looks like people left in a hurry. Like there's things scattered about, like a sack of grain spilled over that's been frosted over. It's still kind of cold in this area, but it feels weird, right? There's like warm pockets and whatnot. And it looks like either was ransacked or somebody left in a hurry, right? Like it was abandoned toot sweet. And judging by there's nothing, there's like no footprints, there's no, he finds maybe like a pendant, like there's nothing that looks like it would have been looted by like, tomb raiders, so to speak. It looks like everything's been frozen in time, so to speak. And things look very, very, very quickly disturbed and then just frozen, flash frozen there.
Do you think this gives us any information or gets us close to any information that could give us progress on our vow to just discover how to seal off Woodwatch?
It might be pointing in the right direction. I don't think yet.
Okay.
I think Taz comes back with that information saying it's weird. Doesn't look looted, looks disturbed and like it looks like a quick bug out, right?
Yeah.
I'm interpreting move home that way, this isn't the elves. Yeah. It might not be originally an elvish firstborn structure. Based on like the stone's really, really weird. Like an obsidian black kind of thing with, it's veined with gray, actual stone.
Yeah.
Just a really, really bizarre feel and look to everything.
Okay.
It comes back to the glittering cave, which has its strange luminescence and whatnot, and
I think Elvar is hasn't moved closer to this frozen elf, but it has been observing and studying them. Is there any sign of movement or, I say life, but any sign of...
Let's do the percent. I think it's unlikely, but...
Yeah. So is it unlikely or is it a small chance? Because unlikely would be 76 or greater. Small chance would be 91 or greater.
Let's just do unlikely.
Okay.
Kind of like giving a decent percentage.
93.
Oh! Stone cold dead. As far as you are aware. Or is that stone cold definitely alive?
So I think it was... The question was, is there any sign of movement?
Yeah.
And that's a yes.
Okay.
So...
Movement? Actual movement?
Well, but maybe it's not movement so much as maybe...
Really slow breathing.
Yes. Exactly.
It took you, me screwing on for 5 minutes for you to realize, hey, he took a breath right now. Over 5 minutes.
Yeah. Maybe what it was is the breath that Elvar exhaled that went into the ice. It took time to make its way through the ice. And then he watches it actually those tendrils go into the nose, and then there's just a slight rise to the the barest of rises to the chest, and Elvar's I don't know that elf is dead. Taz, maybe we should move on.
What's the word to describe this? Treacherous?
Treacherous.
Okay. Good to know. Yeah, I don't know if you moving closer to the dead guy or gal. We don't know, do we?
No, we don't.
We're being okay, we have no clue. Just stay away from the elf.
I'll hold my breath.
Perfect. Scoot around this area. Take a look at this. And then he kind of this looks odd, doesn't it? Like legitimate valuables and things that you would normally take are like, this, like, it's one of those. The city is deserted and everything is like left in place. Maybe there's like actual soup bowls and whatnot that are frozen in place now.
Yeah.
Whatever it may be. Like this was a hall. Kind of weird that there's a mausoleum right here, adjoining to a hall of some sort. Don't you think?
Is it a mausoleum? It doesn't look as though it was a burial.
No.
It looks as though someone laid down and never got back up.
Yeah, he keeps looking over at that little glittering alcove. It's a bizarre place.
It is a very strange place, unlike anything we've seen in our travels.
Huh. Taz is legitimately kind of befuddled at this point.
Yeah.
Like, none of this makes sense, really.
I think Elvar wants to do his own gather information to try and like look for specifically any sort of like elven writings or like anything that might be useful for like finding out what happened here.
Taz is going to stay close. He's going to almost it's going to be a reversal of fortunes. He's going to do more the perimeter guard kind of approach.
3 on the action score, a 3 and a 4 on the challenge dice for yet another miss. But I should check to see how much momentum I have, because I have 5 momentum. I'm burning that momentum for a strong hit.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah, I'm burning that momentum. Okay, I'm glad I looked.
Just enough. Ooh. You didn't have none.
Okay, so on a strong hit, you discover something helpful and specific. The path you must follow or action you must take to make progress is made clear. Envision what you learn, ask the Oracle, and take +2 momentum, which is great because I basically spent 3 momentum to gain 2 momentum and a strong hit.
Yeah, you burned a momentum, get a strong... Jeez.
Perfect.
Professional over here.
Oh, that's right. All right, so I'm going to do action and theme again. So I got 70, which is command, and 79, revenge. Command, revenge.
That feels very appropriate. How about this? Can I interject?
Yeah, absolutely.
You find something that is definitely not Elvish.
Ooh. Okay.
And it's a glyph, it's something, it looks like writing that is incomprehensible.
Yeah.
But it is most certainly not Elvish.
Okay. Is it just a glyph, like, etched somewhere, or is it a weapon of some sort with that glyph on it?
What's the Croatoan, the abandoned village? The people disappeared that were in Virginia. The first settlement in America. Roanoke. Yeah. There's the carved tree with the word and whatnot. Something akin to that, maybe. Or it could be even older than this area. No, I like the fact that it is almost like graffiti.
Yeah.
Like it was
like somebody came here and placed this mark.
It's in blood.
Of course it's in blood.
It looks complex enough to be, it's not just writing, it has glyphology and symbology to it, and it's something written in a language.
How does that help us discover the path forward? Is there a trail of them? Like in this hall, like there are maybe passageways that lead off. Is there like, we see one here and then we see another one like on the wall, and it's almost like there's they're almost like breadcrumbs? Yeah,
let's say there's more of them, and I'm going to add a little flavor. Taz noticed that there's like a little trickle of blood coming out the side of your eye.
Ooh, that's scary. Does he say anything?
Oh, hell yeah, he says something. And maybe he starts to realize that there's blood on the floor too, like splattered around and whatnot. He's now like, because it's dark stone, right? He's starting to really realize that. He's like, Elvar? And he thinks maybe like he's sweating or crying, like, the side of your eye?
Elvar like dabs at it, and then it comes away red, and he's like, oh, that's new.
Yeah, I don't think this place is completely healthy for you.
I don't think any of the places we've explored have been.
Given, thank you. It's but specifically tailored.
Well, we can't go back yet. We don't have the information we need.
Okay.
We have to continue on.
Fair enough. Well, he steps away from the glyph and maybe it doesn't bleed as much. I don't know.
Yeah, because I don't think like this just started.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's follow.
Good to know.
Let's delve the depths again, And let's follow that line of glyphs.
Chad/Chaz just wants to engineer some sort of really dark something that went down. I don't want to say anything. I want to let the game tell us what happens.
I'm sure the game will be more than happy to help us generate some sort of dark, twisted thing.
But if we got some treacherous stuff going on and you're commanding revenge, I feel like it's not us, man. It's we're stumbling into a command of revenge scenario.
Yep. All right.
Are
you leading the way, or
at this point, yes.
Are we going quietly? Or are we continuing to go with observation?
Observation at this point. I don't think we've met anything right now, at least that Taz is aware of.
Yeah.
That would be worrisome outside of frostbiters and maybe some really deep, dark magic.
Yeah.
Jeepers. So that is a 6 for my action die versus a 2 and a 7 challenge.
Okay. So another weak hit. All right. Roll those percentile dice for the weak hit result table.
That is a 22. Oh, yes.
Mark progress. So that's going to take us to 8 boxes of progress. So we're getting to the bottom of this site.
Maybe we follow a blood trail.
Yeah, but
and the glyphs, right? With the smatterings of blood. You're following the glyphs. I'm following the blood. Or no, I'm following the glyphs. I point out the blood. You just track the blood.
I'll track the blood.
Yeah.
But we also have to reveal a danger.
Fair enough.
Do you want to roll on the table, or do we think we know what this danger?
I don't know. I'm trying to be intentionally not as.
I feel like
predictive.
Let's roll on the table. Because I feel like it could be that treacherous elf. It could be whatever made these symbols. It could be something entirely
All right, let's do table.
Innocuous.
45.
Check the domain card. And our domain is Underkeep. 45 is Denizen Lurks in Darkness.
Sorry. I love that one.
Okay. So
Denizen.
Yes. Now we have
Denizen.
We have a couple things marked on our Denizen list.
Yeah.
So we could just roll, and then if we roll up something that we don't have, we can
Well, what we got?
Well, we've got frostbiters, which are common. We have giant frost scorpions, which are rare.
Mm-hmm.
And we have the Kashin, a lizard beast that is the rarest. It's unforeseen.
And that's a legendary creature. We don't.
Yeah.
There's not a lot that we describe to it, is there?
No, I don't believe so.
If we did, we didn't write it down.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So, do we want to roll, or do we want to create something new?
Well, let's roll, because we've really only got it's a matrix of things, and we have a greater chance of hitting something that we don't have a spot for, and then we can roll up a new.
All right, since Taz is exploring, he'll roll. That is an 86.
So 86 is going to be uncommon.
Yeah.
So let's roll up a monster.
Well, can it be the scorpion?
Do you want it to be the scorpion?
I mean, at this point, we're at 8 progress. I feel like we're not at that point yet where we're addressing the final, This is the penultimate. This is the step before the step.
I mean, we could also just say that whatever made this, I just had an idea.
Yeah. Lay it on me.
What if the thing that made these markings, the thing that drove out the elves here, maybe the thing that made that elf seemingly dead, is that whatever this place was before, its inhabitants, maybe they died off, or there was some sort of cataclysm. I mean, cataclysms are a dime a dozen in this world.
Sweet.
But what if they either found some magic to persist beyond that veil of death? What if they are truly undead, or incorporeal spirits that can come and possess the bodies of their enemies, of the bodies of those who cross their path? And what if that one that's frozen in the ice, that treacherous denizen, is the embodied spirit of one of these beings who marked this site with their ancient speech and drove the elves out in a terror?
Oh, that makes so much more sense. And why it's kind of erected after. Huh. I like that.
Okay.
Almost as if, yeah, I like that.
So is the spirit out of that body? Is the spirit the thing that we come across, or does that
Oh, come on.
Does
It's
that
gotta
dead-
be the actual
just comes up behind us?
guy kind of like, yeah,
Okay.
or gal. You should roll. 50-50.
All right. You
Well,
roll.
if it's a double out, we don't know.
4. So we didn't decide
Female.
which female.
I was thinking female. Yeah,
Low.
1 to 50. And
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. So
Lady
elf. Okay.
who's just elf on the outside.
Yes.
We don't know that.
So we
Good.
continue our way because this is perfect. I feel like because I think we find some sort of inner sanctum of this site.
Yeah, because I was gonna yes and it and be like the elf was more like the battery thing, like a preserver, like a ward against something. But
Yeah.
I think it's more appropriate that it's a corrupted, which makes sense why it doesn't fit with the topography right now.
Yeah. So we find some sort of like inner sanctum in this site. And this elf maybe has been tracking us since we left.
Is it this elf though? I mean, is it the only one here?
Should we roll?
Yeah, let's ask that question. I don't want to make it harder, but
So the question is that the only elf remaining in this site?
yeah,
Unlikely
let's
or
go.
likely?
That's a good question. Does this feel like a solitary creature or a social? If it is a facility that the elves didn't originally inhabit,
Yeah.
it feels like this should be social. So, or maybe there's only a couple that come back. We don't know, right? We're just
Right.
like we as players are trying to figure out things that our characters still don't know yet.
Yep. So we want to say it's unlikely that it's the only one.
Yeah.
So 76 or greater. 47.
Okay. Yeah, it's
So
not the only one.
It's not the only one.
We can say it's this one behind us, or we can find.
I feel like it makes sense that it's going to be a different one.
Yeah, at this point.
Okay.
Give us pause. Oh shit! The only way we now know out
Is past that other one.
is past that other one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're screwed. We're in trouble.
If the goal is to try to set up a trap for yourself,
We're doing a great job. Okay.
I feel rather accomplished. By happenstance. Oh, the game master for this game is
It's really mean.
son of a bitch.
So we come into the sanctum because I think this is where we're about to basically find whatever information that we can glean from the site is going to be in this place. So
So
like,
strange. There's no bodies. We're finding a lot of old dried blood that looks black, and on this black, streaked stonework. We see a lot more of these glyphs.
Yeah.
Taz is tracking those.
it's probably like it's textured on the stone because it probably dropped and then froze.
Yeah.
And so they're almost like this textured, like dark,
Yeah. Yeah.
feel to the ground.
So we got to come to a place. Can we describe? Can we figure out where we are in the Underkeep? Where this happens? 'Cause it would be neat to have another one of these alcoves that has this weird glittering.
Yeah.
I've got a great thought of what these creatures are attracted to and why they're here,
So
and why the elves are here too.
49 collapsed, 93 collapsed corruption.
Oh, jeez.
So maybe
And where in this?
so if we do 30 is carved passages. We can just say it's another one of those alcoves.
Yeah, I like the idea that it's an alcove again in a place that, like that alcove was, attached to or part of or off of the hallway, or that hall, the Great Chamber.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in another part of this Underkeep that is a living space of some sort, with another one of these alcoves. But there's nothing there.
Yeah. Or is there? So we begin exploring, and does it come out of the darkness and strike at us?
Yeah, I think we were unsuspecting at this point. So you said collapse corrupted.
Yeah.
There on here is a shrine or a temple.
Okay.
So maybe we get to a point where it's kind of a shrine.
Yeah.
There is the obvious veneration to elvish deities or greater powers. It's like a chapel. It's like a small little area of repose.
Yeah.
That we come across. Taz has enough background, and you've read enough elvish lore to recognize some of just the basics. except that this place is definitely trashed, destroyed or broken up to a good degree. And at the far end, there's probably one of those alcoves. You can see it. It glitters a little bit, and it's kind of like one of these things. So we walk into the room like, huh. Elvar, as you walk in.
Yeah. This is a strange place. It feels both holy and profane.
Yeah, there's a lot of blood on the floor. He points like down the middle kind of thing.
Yeah. I want to say at this point, when Taz turns to look at Elvar, he's now bleeding from both eyes.
Perfect. How about we leave the room? And he's like doing the hand motions for the...
Again?
Yeah.
I think we turn around and there's a figure standing
exactly.
in the doorway.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Is this... I don't think it's anything less than formidable. Could this be an extreme foe?
There's many of them, so let's just keep it at formidables. Multiple formidables feels like it's extreme in the end.
We don't know that it's multiples, other than there could be just two.
Yeah, Chad and Steve do.
Yeah.
True. It could just be a couple. Mm-hmm. Could be a throuple.
Could be a throuple.
All right.
So formidable.
Let's stay there. Well, let's ask the Oracle. Gosh.
I think it is 50-50 that it's formidable.
You are cruising for a bruising. Sure.
All right. So 51 or greater.
I mean, if we're going to solve this mystery and the elves bugged out, yeah, I guess.
51 or greater, yes, it's only formidable.
It's only formidable.
Why'd you let me roll? 20.
Extreme.
It's extreme. Okay.
Well, it's been nice knowing our characters.
Yep. So here's the thing. We're going to die.
I feel like if we do survive, can we be at full completion? Is this how this game works? Are we at 10 out of 10? This no?
No, there's still a chance of failure. Okay, let's go a little bit and enter the fray.
Okay.
So, do we think we're ambushed at this point, or are we facing off because it's that like?
Yeah, I think we're facing off.
Okay.
I think
it's like it didn't leap out and attack us. It's just standing there.
It feels zero threat. It's more like one of those WTF moments for an ancient entity that we have no comprehension of. Like,
yeah.
Why is a mouse in my...
Yeah. Okay, so plus heart again.
Really?
Yep.
Are you going to do plus heart for this crap?
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's appropriate. 8 and a 5 for a challenge. I've got a 3 for my action die.
Ooh, so you are in a poor position here.
Yeah, I feel like Taz has great bowel and bladder control, so it's not one of those situations, but it's the mental or emotional equivalent.
Do you have a thought of like what the complication is, or do you want to roll on pay the price?
I feel like at this point, Taz this is creepy. This is kind of like this has become almost like a horror story kind of feel to it. And then he sees his friend, eyes bleeding, desecrated shrine, the firstborn bugged out of here, and now he turns around and he sees, he probably can't see it clearly. Maybe, there's got to be some aspect to this that makes it look elvish.
Yeah.
But something really screwed up.
Yeah.
Black eyes, glowing eyes, skin's glowing. Yeah. Something is amiss.
Maybe.
Do you have a descriptor?
Those marks appear somewhere.
Oh, let's say the eyes are complete, hollowed out, and there's blood coming from them.
Sure.
Considering, the previous, so it just looks like whatever this elf has cried its, literally cried its eyes out.
Yeah.
So it's this bloody streak on its face. Maybe there's a strange, slightly luminescent pallor.
Do we want to roll on the monstrous abilities to see if this has some sort of...
Of course we do.
Okay.
How many do we roll?
Well, let's roll 1 and see what that gets us.
Okay.
32 is horrid visage. Okay, so that works.
That makes complete sense.
Let's roll 1 more. 13 intelligent.
Yep, on point right now.
And 22 powerful bite.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah. Because it's got to replenish that blood somehow. Did we
just create vampires?
Did we accidentally...
A really screwed up version of what a vampire is?
Yep.
Holy.
Oh boy. Okay. So...
Maybe it's not typical vampire teeth. It's like it opens its mouth and no longer teeth are in there. It's just like a mauve, jagged, maybe like ice-like
Ooh, I like that.
Like
Yeah.
a mauve, like crystalline,
Yeah.
jagged, as it kind of like hisses and snarls a little bit.
Yeah. And Elvar got a weak hit.
Our vampires are so much cooler.
I got an 8 on my action score, an 8 and a 3 on the challenge dice.
Excellent.
And I'm going to seize the initiative.
Okay, I'm not spending any momentum right now. I'm just going to say, I'm going to just call it. I think at this point, Taz is just rooted in terror.
Yeah. Fair enough.
He's got imagination, right? High wits. He's just mad. He's like, holy mother of all the gods.
Yep. So, it's a terrible idea. Every roll is a bad idea for me.
Uh-huh.
So Elvar brings his spear, his elvish spear, Areshki, up, and he begins to hum. And I'm going to keen. So when you hold a weapon and sing a keen for those it is killed, roll plus heart.
I had nothing for you, man.
Oh, yes. I got an 8
nice.
on the action die. I've got a 3 and a 1 on the challenge for a strong hit.
See, the 1 and 10. Like, I'll do the 9 and 10
Yep.
minor stuff, and you're the finisher. You're the closer. Come on. Do it.
So I get to add +1 harm when I strike or clash. If I roll 1 on the action die, then the magic is spent and goes away. But until I roll a 1 on the action die, which will probably be the next roll, I get to add +1 harm every single time I do it.
Okay, dokie.
And I am going to strike. Elvar charges forward with a cry and strikes at this creature with Areshki, the elven spear. And I'm going to do this with iron, which is +3. 9 on the action score, an 8 and a 7 on the challenge dice for a strong hit. And I get that +1 harm, so I'm actually inflicting 4 harm on this creature.
But it's extreme, right? So
It's extreme. So each progress, each harm is
a 4.
2 ticks of progress. So it's half.
Half.
Yeah. So I still get 2 boxes of progress.
Which, considering,
is pretty impressive. So I think he charges forward, he stabs the spear directly
for my people
in the elf's chest. And is this elf male or female?
Oh, the other one is female. Let's find out. We're going to do a same percentage roll, and that is a female.
Okay. So drives it into this female elf's chest, and I think the spear like hits, and there is maybe a shell of ice protecting the flesh of this elf, and it rebounds the spear a little bit, but there's a small crack that has formed in that space.
I love it.
Elvar spins around and I think calls out to Taz of like, Taz, take heart! We can defeat this beast!
I feel like we combined the White Walkers with like the Twilight vampires with some sort of screwed up. Yeah. Good work.
Yeah. And I think we find out what happens next time.
Perfect.
Thanks for listening to Errant Adventures, and thanks so much to Tabletop Audio for the lovely ambient sounds and music throughout the episode. If you enjoyed the show, please spread the word, and if you want to support the show directly, leave me a review or buy me a coffee at ko-fi.com/errantadventures. If you want to interact with me, I'm at Errant Solopod on Twitter and Instagram, or you can email me at errantsolopod@gmail.com. I also post campaign-related materials on my website, errantadventurespod.com. Thanks again for listening, and I'll see you next time.